I never thought that I would find a day where I feel good about my naturally curly hair. I have struggled to embrace my curls for years. When I was growing up, I was called things like frizzball or rat's nest or ragamuffin, and my mom would literally try to brush out my hair because she didn't have these curls and she didn't know what to do. These come from my dad's side. And when she was trying so hard to tame my frizz, it was just out of control. And growing up, I really didn't have any curly hair role models that I could look up to. Even my mom, I remember there was like this rotating brush. It was like a brush that was like on wheels and her hair would just get stuck in it. But she would use that to try to calm her frizz. And she would always talk about the frizz that she had, even though it was nothing compared to this, right? And I remember all of the other girls in school had like this pin straight hair, and I just wished that mine was that shiny and that luscious. Now, as I got older, there were role models like Shakira or Taylor Swift that I found, and there were like little moments where like my natural curl love started to shine through, but then Taylor Swift chopped off all her hair and straightened it anyways. I was just like, well, recently, I had a little digital extravaganza with Mains by Mel. If you don't know who she is, oh my god, if you love this channel for skincare science, she is the hair care science babe. She is my curly hairy fairy godmother, and she has helped me embrace my curls with some of these products that have literally transformed the way I do and view my hair. She is, first off, one of the sweetest, smartest girlies I have ever met. And her curls are so luscious, and she really cares about helping others embrace their curls. Well, she made me a curly hair routine, and I made her a skincare routine that I still haven't shipped to her because the customs forms to Canada, it's just a pain in my and then I procrastinate, and then I get really behind on it, and then I feel bad about it, and then the worse that I feel, the more I procrastinate. ADHD things. Anyways, that cycle of doom continues. I have a skincare routine to send to her, but I've also been doing the things that she's recommended. And there are a few little curly hair things that have just transformed my life that I cannot never undo. So here's the thing that I think was a super big struggle bus for me. It was not only the emotional side of like my childhood and learning to embrace my curls, but I, number one, don't have a ton of time in the morning. I gotta go. And I want my hair to look decent when I'm ready to go. I'm also someone that when I'm not on camera or doing work in an office, I'm hiking, I'm swimming in the ocean, I'm sweating, and my scalp can get pretty darn gunky. And there aren't a lot of curly hair products that I found get my scalp clean without stripping the rest of my hair. And then the other issue is that although I do have curly hair, it's not the curliest, kinkiest, coiliest, but even though it has a bit of volume, it's actually really fine. Like if you grab all of my hair, it's not a lot. Like it's really fine hair. It's like, I don't know, what even is that? That's like smaller than the circumference of a banana. But how much hair is you? How do I make compare to my hair? It's like this much. Like it's not a lot. My hair is a non-luscious vegetable in thickness diameter. Well, Mains by Mel not only heard my cries and saw the potential that was protruding from my scalp, but she hooked me up with some of the best things in the world. And these have made my curly hair routine literally 3 steps, super simple. I could do it in 2 steps if I really wanted to. So easy. And I fucking love it. And babes, it all starts in the shower. Again, I never thought that I would use a hairbrush. I didn't brush my hair for probably 6 or 7 years when it was curly, because like, why would I? She taught me everything. Anyways, starts in the shower. She got me a clarifying shampoo. This is the Sun Care from Aveda. I've repurchased 5 of these from Amazon since she got me one. It's a hair and body cleanser, but it specifically works for those who swim. If you swim in salt water, you get sandy. If you're in the pool, you have chlorine. This literally strips it. And I live in a place that has very, very hard water. Like the water is not pretty. I do have like a shower filter on it, but I had no idea how much my scalp needed a good cleaning. And here's the issue. Having curly hair, it's super dry. It's super frizzy. So anything that I would use on my scalp would strip the rest of my hair, and like the oils would come out of it, and it would just be this frizzy frizzball mess. But then my scalp would finally feel clean. Or I would walk around with this greasy scalp, but at least my hair was moisturized. Just terrible. Well, I use this just in the scalp only. It literally, I don't even consider this a shampoo. It's a scalp cleaner that like barely shampoos the hair, and it's just enough that it doesn't strip it for me. I love this. Now here's the second thing. I always thought I have dry, frizzy hair. I need to focus on masks and moisturizers, right? I have used so many hair masks, and some of them I actually really liked, but a lot of them would like coat my hair with silicone and it would like feel smooth, but my hair wouldn't hold its curl. Or the ones that had like shea butter and coconut and like avocado butter, they would be so thick that while they might work for people who have really kinky, coily hair, they wouldn't work for me who has, you know, questionable vegetable circumference hair. Circumference, diameter, radius, pi equals 2r squared. Well, I would constantly go around looking for these conditioners or masks that I thought were going to solve my hair problem. I never realized it's not about the mask. It's about what I'm using when I get out of the shower. And there's actually 3 that I really love. Mains by Mel got me hooked on the main one, but there are 2 others. This one is from Love Your Curls. This is the one that like I will put it in my hair and just leave the shower. It's activated by water. It's basically a curly, bouncy, all-in-one repair hydrate style. I don't really feel like it hydrates my hair too much, but if I don't even have time to like run a brush through my hair, which again, I never thought that I would ever brush my hair again. If I literally need to get in the shower, get out and like let the car heater dry my hair, this is what I will use. 2 pumps, wet hair, let's go. If my hair needs a little bit more conditioning, like it's a little bit more dry, this is like a conditioner that I just leave in. This is the hydrating detangling leave-in conditioner. I don't know if this is made for curly girls, but I can get this to make my hair work like if I'm in a pinch. But hands down, the best thing that Mains by Mel got me hooked on is this, and I purchased 3 of these as well. This is from Verb. It's the Hold and Shape Define and Frizz Curl Foaming Gel, and holy, if you have ever wanted to try a skincare serum that foams up but in your hair, this is it. This is amazing because it's basically, it's like a gel and it actually holds and gives my curls bouncy, flouncy, foo-foo, fun, but it doesn't make my hair crunchy. And what's amazing about this compared to other gels is that it doesn't make my hair, again, crunchy or like weighed down. Whenever I've used heavy moisturizers, hair masks, or even curly gels, they almost coat the hair and then make it crunchy and then weigh it down. And it's that weighed down where I'm like, my curls aren't defined, like, the f is going on? This has absolutely solved it. This is lightweight. It's like a serum versus a moisturizer, right? I feel like the mask is my hair moisturizer and this is like the hair serum, but this is literally the most amazing curl foam. And if you have fine hair, thin hair, if your hair is falling out and you want to embrace your texture, this is it, and it's so fun to use. And then, you know, when it comes to that curl definition, like I never understood how do I make my curls look like curls? And again, even right now, they're a little bit strung out because I had my hair, you know, blown out last week. And I do that still, which is hard for me, but sometimes I'm pulled in both directions, right? From my habits versus my newfound love of my curly, fairy, hairy abilities. But Mains by Mel taught me something that I never would have thought. Again, not only combing my hair, but combing it when wet. She taught me this technique where you take your hair when it's wet, you have a brush. It's a very special brush. You can't use just any brush. I made that mistake. I tried to use just any brush. You can't. This is the Tangle Teaser. It's a brush that has like these wide tooth combs. You basically hold it next to your finger, you pull your hair while it's wet, and you create straight hair. Now, why the f would you do that, you ask? Well, that hair like curls itself into a ribbon if you have natural texture. Then you use this, which is lightweight, non-crunchy, to hold it in there. And then it turns out into these curls that are all forming the same direction, the same pattern, like little ribbons. It makes no sense to me, but it works so well. And I think there's something to do about, you know, the fact that you do it while your hair is wet. You can't do it while your hair is dry. And then you have to use a special brush. I tried to use one of the brushes that I used to blow out my hair, one of the like round fluffy brushes. That just f***ed up my hair. It was Frizz City, frizz shitty. And that's why we don't comb curly hair when it's dry, or we don't use the same brush that you blow the hair out with than you do for the curly girls. Well, you needed to have like this large tooth comb, and it separates the hair enough that it kind of gives it these special little ribbons, and then they dry into these beautiful curls. And I never freaking would have thought of this. I was even flabbergasted when Mel told me about it. But just this little simple technique has gone such a long way in me being able to embrace my curls, and I could probably use a haircut that embraces them more. For example, instead of having my hair the same length, if I got layers, it would probably enhance the curls a little bit more. If I actually stuck to my curls for like months at a time, my hair texture and pattern would probably re-emerge and re-evolve. Whereas if I'm wearing it curly and then straightening it and blowing it out with heat and then going back to curly, it's not getting the best of both worlds, in the words of, who is that person? Best of both worlds. I never watched the Cartoon Network Disney channels as a kid, my Nickelodeon, and I don't even know which, my parents didn't let me watch TV. I was bullied for my frizzy hair and I couldn't watch TV, and I climbed trees with my chickens. Okay. My hair actually looked smooth in that photo, shocker. Anyways, I would like to have the best of both worlds, but I probably need to give myself a curly girl hair challenge where I actually use and stick to something for, you know, a month or two at a time. Now, there are some products that I've been wanting to try out. There's like some pattern ones. I still need to get myself a diffuser. I still use a colander. If you don't know what that's about, we have have a video on Mains by Mel's channel. Please go check it out. I use a spaghetti colander to dry my hair because as a curly girl, I never was taught to use a blow dryer. And then I went to Target and I tried to buy a diffuser, but the diffuser that I bought just didn't fit on the blow dryer. And I didn't realize you have to buy the same diffuser that you have to buy the blow dryer so it fits. It's like an iPhone charger, and I'm just like, life is hard, okay? But when it comes to embracing my curls, like if I can't do it in 5 or 10 minutes, I'm not gonna do it. There are going to be days where I will spend an hour on my curls and love them and use the little alligator clips and feel like a princess with 18 different steps. Oh, I will do it. But on the regs, if it's not 2 to 3 steps, it might be overwhelming for me one day and it won't get done. Similar to my skincare. If it's not a water splash cleanse, a vitamin C and a sunscreen, if it's any more complicated than that, it's not happening. There are days like that, and this is my hairy comparison to my lazy skincare routine. It's just my lazy hair care routine that I can actually keep up with on my curly days. This is my natural hair. Again, it is hard to embrace, especially when it's in my armpits and on my legs because it's curly and then it gives me ingrown hairs, but that's what IPL is for, which that's another video for another day. But overall, like whether it's curls or freckles or an area on your body, remember that just because society didn't show us that when we were growing up, or just because we were teased for it as kids, doesn't mean that we have to let what those other bullies or kids or people say or society say stick to us. Social media is infinite. Literally find role models who have the thing that you're insecure about. And when you see them loving and embracing and feeling empowered by that, you'll be like, holy that's possible for me too. And again, Mains by Mel, like she's amazing and so smart, but like she has no idea what she's done for me. Just in seeing her and her sister Amanda like embracing their hair and seeing their beauty and how stunning they are and how bouncy and luscious their curls are. I'm like, wait, if it's so gorgeous on them, why can't it be beautiful on me too? And in a weird way, it almost validates or gives permission to the little girl inside of me who felt so bullied and teased for her hair. It's like, no, this is gorgeous and you deserve to enjoy it. And you can find really cool cruelty-free products to do that with too. Again, she got me hooked on these and I cannot tell you how amazing and empowering the process is. And I think I'm still a little bit like walking on my tiptoes through the process because I'm still getting used to it. Like I'm still warming up to learning to love myself at the end of the day. But again, if it's possible for me and my curly hair that I've literally struggled with for so long and my acne, which she is breaking out still. I gotta show you my back acne now. I got this pimple, bruh. Look at that. That mother. That doesn't need to just pay rent. That needs to pay a mortgage. It is hurting. But anyways, if it's possible for me to take my acne and my scars and my curly hair, the things that I was bullied and teased for and literally hated myself for, and now see them as beautiful and stunning, not only on other people, but finally in a way to mirror that, whoopsies, throwing things in a way, to mirror that to myself, holy shit, if it's possible for me, baby, it's possible for you too. I'm gonna stop throwing items haphazardly across my room. Little bit of dexterity issues. I'm gonna go find a vegetable that is the same size as my hair so that I can give you like an accurate comparison of what's going on here. And I'm gonna continue embracing my curls. All of the things that Mains by Mel has suggested to me are linked here, as well as from her YouTube video in the description below. Please go check her out and show her some love because she's helped me learn to love myself. And if you are a curly person and you have other suggestions on things that have changed your life that I absolutely need to try, please let me know, because I feel like if I can experiment more, I get curious, and that curiosity gets me really excited. And maybe that's the next step to having this be a constant all the time type of thing. Always remember to stay hydrated both orally and topically. Always remember to reapply that SPF, including to your hairline. Don't forget your hairline if you're going out in the sun, a little sunscreen right there. And always be beautiful both inside and out. I love you. The inner child in me loves you, and I am learning to love my curls, and I hope that you are learning to see your flaws not as flaws but as features. There's your motivational quote of the day, given to you by a raccoon in human skin. You're very welcome. Love you guys. Bye.